I'm going to take a look at the 1 hour AMD chart here. Especially in a downwards market, in any kind of bear market, you're always going to have little bounces here and there. You're going to have some green candles, but the thing to kind of keep in mind is when you're trapped below macro levels of supply, um, the bigger trades are always going to be off the rejections or through the low of whatever time frame you're looking at. So, it's kind of hard when you're watching the 1, 2, and 5 minute time frame, especially in a market like this. You're going to see a lot of ups and downs and kind of really not know where the direction of the stock is going. But if you kind of zoom out and look at a macro view, like the 1 hour, maybe even the 30 minute or the daily time frame, you're going to get a better overall direction and a picture. So what I kind of want to look at here on AMD is that we're going to really need to take out the previous hour's lows of around $87.39. That's going to give you room all the way down for a measured potential to around $83. I'm not saying that it's going to get there in one day. This could be a multi-hour, multi-day kind of move, but until it gets over 89.24 is only going to give you room to $90, and then that's another rejection spot. So the momentum on AMD is obviously still to the downside. You can kind of disregard any green bounces under $90.32 on AMD. If we take a look at Nvidia, it's almost kind of be the same kind of picture here. We did get rejected at the 5-day moving average, which is sitting at around $177. Currently trying to take out the Bollinger Band. We do have this demand zone down here at around 172. So your macro flush point on Nvidia is going to be any loss of 172 to the downside. If we take a look at Tesla, and we kind of see what's going on here. The same story where we were rejected at the 5-day moving average, now making our way down towards the Bollinger Band, where I would expect a little bit of choppiness. But anything below 797, which is previous hour's low wick, is going to be your macro flush point there. Anything long, you're going to need to wait to 823, and even with that, you're only going to have room to around 830. So especially if you're trading options, that's not really a whole lot of room to work with, but that is the room that you have to work with. If we take a look at something like the triple Qs ETF and kind of just get an overall market view, we did try to reclaim the 5 and the 10-day moving average, but you can see here, this wick was stuffed literally at the 10-day moving average, keeping the momentum and the trend to the downside. Right now, as we start to, kind of come back down towards this Bollinger Band, any loss of 298.25 is the macro flush point on the triple Qs. Like I was saying before from this weekend's video, the triple Qs, measured maximum potential on like the weekly time frame is definitely going to be those 280s. I think once we get into those 280s, maybe we can see some sort of significant bounce or maybe start thinking about some sort of reversal. But until then, the momentum is still down. And definitely, something to kind of just keep in mind with what's going on here from a macro point of view. Always want to look at the bigger overall picture. Let's take a look at one more stock and take a look at something like Amazon. Amazon's kind of just building down here at this level of demand. Making a very, very nice line in the sand. For me, Amazon, if it starts to lose 2207, is going to be another macro flush point. Has room down initially to this lower Bollinger Band that might try to catch here at around 2191. But if we kind of look at the daily time frame here, this thing has been absolutely destroyed since it confirmed those earnings lows. We would really have to go over to the weekly time frame here and see this little hammer candle that's kind of forming. Let me take this line off. This little hammer candle that's forming, breaking previous levels of resistance. This 2184 is going all the way back to, what is this, 2020? Or is this 2021? February of 2021 here. Just coming out of 2020, we had this little bit of resistance that we were met with here in February, and you can kind of see where that's correlating. Looks like we could be coming down into this 2280s area that could act as a little bit of support, maybe give us a little bit of a relief bounce, a little bit of a dead cat bounce. Is this the bottom? I still think it's way too early to say. Going back to those 2021 lows, we hit lows of around $1,600. So definitely it's going to be your macro reference point is, if you think that this stock is already oversold, well, it can come down to previous year's lows here and still, have more room to fly. With that being said, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, join the Discord. I'll see you guys on the next one.